afternoon. Welcome to New York State Fair. My name is Sergeant Neil Case. I am the Underwater Recovery Team Division Diving Officer. I work out of Albany at our headquarters. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to the rest of the crew. Coming up behind the tank, first is my training coordinator out of Albany, Trooper Josh Cross. Next up is the Troop D Assistant Senior Diver Trooper Jared Hogan. Lastly up the stairs is the Troop D Senior Diver Trooper Greg Eberl. Alright, I'm going to introduce you to the host of the show, the Troop C Senior Diver Trooper Seth Little. Hey Seth.
Yeah.
I know everybody thinks we spend time at the beach, but that's not part of the uniform.
I was ready to go, so.
No, you gotta take that off.
My bad.
So, Seth will bring the energy to you. He's gonna want the same in return. So, throughout the show, our divers, they're gonna need that energy.
All right, how we all doing today?
Good!
All these guys are getting ready up top. In order to get in the tank, I'm going to give you a brief little history lesson of the New York State Police Dive Team. Now, in 1932, that was our first log dive as a dive team. That means that we are the oldest, and we are also the largest public safety dive team. Okay, New York, come on! Now, in 1943, there was a smart fellow by the name of Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau invented what we call the Aqualung. It's commonly referred to as scuba. That stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Now, in 1957, at the speed of Albany, the New York State Police decided to adopt scuba as its preferred method of dive. They took the hundreds of pounds of equipment that we used to have with a helmet, canvas suit, lead belt, lead shoes, and it condensed it down to about 40 pounds of equipment. All right? So we were able to move through the water a little bit easier. In 1958, we decided we wanted to learn from the best on how to best use this new technology to us. So we sent guys down to the New Jersey Navy Dive School. All right, they learned from them, they took their lessons, they brought them back. We started our own novice dive school, which is anything but novice. And in fact, it is actually known to be one of the hardest of the special operations schools of the New York State Police. We had 45 that were going to be going through the school this last class. Only 15 graduated. All right, so you are less than likely to graduate, actually, if you go out for this class. You've got to have courage, determination, and just a lot of fortitude. So these guys did. Let's give them a hand on the tank. All right. So, are we ready to get into the water, Sarge?
They look like they're just about ready.
Yeah.
Now, if the kids want it, maybe we can bring them up front.
All right, kids.
Hopefully, ground is dried out.
Grass might be a little wet, but if you want to come up and sit down in front of the tank, enjoy the view up there, by all means, come over the rope, under the rope. Just do not trip over the rope, okay? Adults, if you want to come over as well, go ahead, by all means.
All right. While the kids are making their way up there, we're going to need a countdown for the divers once we're ready.
Okay, a countdown. So, I'm going to bring the energy to you. Can you bring the energy back to me? I was not convinced at all about it. All right. Can you bring the energy? Yeah! All right, there we go. That's better.
We got a good crowd for a Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing you got to realize is divers are they're a little prima donnas up there. Okay.
Yeah,
so
but
they need
not as
loud
much
countdowns.
Not as much.
All right, they need a lot of encouragement. So, when I say go, we will count down. 3, 2, 1, dive. So.
We will need everybody to sit down up front. Though.
Yep.
Everybody else can sit, please.
Go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. Oh, hey guys. What happened?
We're divers, Sarge. We don't hear so well.
Yeah. In other words, they want more attention. Okay, that's what it is. So, when I say go, I need energy. Are we ready? Yeah. All right, go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Go. There they go. They are in the water. You will notice that they are not sinking down to the bottom like a rock. They are not rocketing up to the top like a balloon. They are swimming nice and level in that water. That is called neutral buoyancy. And even though that looks easy, they make it look easy, that is an advanced technique to learn. It takes a lot of practice to be as good as they are. The fins that are on their heels, they propel them through the water. They're attached to the wetsuit, which are their booties. The wetsuit, which is over their bodies as well, it protects them from the cold water. There is a BC device, which is on their back. That BC device has black bladders, which you will see on their sides. Those will either take air in from the tank, okay, in which case they will become positively buoyant, they will go up, or there are dump valves on those bladders as well. When you release them, the air will come out, they will go down, positive and negative buoyancy. The tank has 3,000 psi, okay, that is 3,000 pounds of air that is compressed into that tank. Now, you cannot just put your mouth over top of the tank and breathe, so you need a regulator. The regulator is what you see on top of the tank. It takes the 3,000 pounds and puts it down to about 145 or so. That then goes through the line to their mouth regulator, which provides them air on demand. Their masks protect their eyes from the water, and there's a little cushion of air in there, but also because it's a little bit farther away from your face, it allows you to see things 33% larger and 25% closer. All right, these guys that are in the tank here, they're, we'll call them medium-sized troopers, but when you guys are looking at each other, you're just as Big E up there, right? All right.
A regular-sized trooper.
Regular-sized trooper. Now, things can happen underwater. Divers are very territorial, okay? And so we got a jiu-jitsu master in Josh Cross, and we got a wrestler extraordinaire in Jared Hogan there. If they swim into each other's territory, it can get violent. Oh no! All right, a mask fell off. What do you do?
They're like little beta fish in there.
Little beta fish. All right? Well, the big thing that you got to realize is when things happen underwater, you do not panic. The number one thing that will kill or hurt a diver is panic. So, you just put the mask back on. How do you get the water out of the mask? You create a little crack between your upper lip and the seal of the mask. You blow air out of your nose. That air will fill up the mask and it will actually displace the water. It will push it out. And then they will just put the mask back on and go about their business. Okay? I told you that it's a novice dive school is what it's considered. It's 10 weeks long, but by the time we graduate, we have to dive to depths of 132 feet. You might ask me, what is 132 feet? Hey, good job. All right, I'm glad you asked. So, 132 feet, if you look to the top of this tower that the big bad sword guy jumped off of, this tower here is 60 feet tall. So add another tower on top of that, 12 more feet, that's 132 feet. That's a lot of pressure with the water that you're down that deep. And it can do things to your equipment, such as mess with your regulator. We're going to show you another example of what you do if something goes wrong. Jared Hogan here simulating, hey, my regulator's not working. Trooper Cross comes over, he takes his regulator and puts it in his mouth. And then he takes his safety second and puts it in his mouth, and then they make sure they're both okay. They give the sign, they ascend the 132 feet at a nice, slow pace. The big thing that we don't do as a diver is what? Panic. That's right. That is what will hurt us. So, they got up to the top safely. Now, the water that we dive in, it usually is not crystal clear like this, okay? The water that we dive in, if you look here, looks a lot like this, okay? Can't hardly see anything. A lot of rivers, a lot of ponds. Unfortunately, with some of the rivers that we dive in, if there's a bridge, for whatever reason, people decide this is a great place to throw a shopping cart, or a stop sign, or construction stuff like rebar. And there also might be trees and branches in there. Our equipment can get stuck. We have learned to be able to not panic, but just take our equipment off. If we're underwater, we'll take it off. If we can unstick it, then we will. If not, we will leave it there, and then we will go and ascend to the top at a nice, easy pace, blowing air bubbles out of our mouth the whole entire way up. And if you want to know why we blow air bubbles out, you can ask me after the demonstration. So, these guys are to the top. We also learn how to put equipment back on underwater. So, I'm going to need another countdown, okay? And then we're going to have these guys race to see who is the fastest, the best. So, go! 3, 2, 1, go! Here they go. All right, looks like Jared is in the lead right now, but we got Smooth Cross on the one side. Oh,
It's close.
they're moving quick. Speed. Oh no! All right, training coordinator Josh Cross, man in charge. Give him a hand. All right. So I can see that Jared Hogan needs practice with taking his gear off and putting it back on. So he's going to demonstrate the next thing. Why is another reason that we might take our gear off underwater? We do a lot of penetration dives. What that means is we might be going into a vehicle, or we might be going into a boat, or we might be going into the mouth of a cave that is too small for us to be able to fit through with a tank on our back. So what we will do is we will take the tank and the gear off of our back. The air is in his mouth. He doesn't have to worry about air. He puts it in front of him, and he just follows it all the way through the opening of whatever it is. And he puts it on the other side. Let's give him a hand. He looks much smoother that time there. Jared, good job.
Okay, Seth.
Yeah.
Because Josh won that race, we should give him a chance to go through that tunnel, but this time using the scooter.
Okay, all right. We will allow that to happen. All right, listen, I know I came out just a little weird, but believe it or not, I am a grandfather, okay? So, when I grew up, I used to watch Johnny Quest. It was a really cool cartoon. Scooters, awesome stuff. DPV, diver propulsion vehicle. Josh, can you fit through that opening with the DPV and your gear? Let's see. Here he goes. No. Now you're just embarrassing us. Yeah, just a little, but you're embarrassing us. No, this much. You have an idea? All right, he says he has an idea. So let's see what happens next. Here he goes. Oh! Very good. Very sneaky. Now we know why he won that last competition. All right. I'm going to talk to you about the bread and butter of our team. URT stands for Underwater Recovery Team. If it's in there, we're going to find it. Our symbol is the octopus. He is our mascot. It has 8 legs, okay? With 8 legs, we have 8 teams of 8 people. And then we have the division dive officer and the training coordinator, 66 people all together on this team. We make sure if it is in the water, we are going to find it. That is our motto. We have 2 line searches that are tried and true. They work for us. The first one, which Trooper Hogan is going to display here, is called the jack stay. There are 2 heavy weights on either side of the line. You stretch those weights apart, you get a nice straight tense line. It is on the bottom. If you've ever seen an octopus move over the bottom of the ocean floor, it touches everything. Same thing with a diver. We make sure that we touch everything that is on the floor of the river or whatever we are searching.
Hey Seth, before Jared gets started on that search, we probably should throw some evidence in and that training mask.
Okay, so we got Big E up top. He's got the training mask. You got evidence in there? All right, so he's been on the team the longest. He still carries the revolver, right? So there that goes down into the water. And then we got the training mask. This training mask is taped off. We use this in our novice dive school. We use it to simulate water that looks like this, so you cannot see anything. Before the divers graduate, they need to follow an obstacle course, follow a line search, using this taped off mask, and find the pieces of evidence that we put in there. So, he's showing you, he's got one hand on the line. He's just hovering above it, just going over. And he's touching everything with his hand. When he gets to the end, he will take the weight. He will move it over just a little bit, turn around, so that he's not searching the same area, but he's coming back and making sure that he is searching everything. And there he is. All right. Let's give him a hand. Give him a hand. All right. So for my, I don't see the line. Okay. My sergeant is going to go grab the line. I'm going to show you what a pendulum search is, okay? A pendulum search is when you get to this area that you need to dive and there might be something in the water that just recently went in there. You want to get searching as quick as possible. Throw the line over. There it is. Okay. So, here we go. And as the sergeant comes over, everybody raise your hand. Sarge, you choose a volunteer. Who wants to volunteer to help me up here? Anybody? Anyone? Sarge, choose somebody.
A duck goose right now.
Yeah, maybe.
How about you? Want to come up and help?
All right. What's your name? Reese? Very nice to meet you. All right, Reese, you're going to be my helper. Come on over here. Now, if your family can come over here as well, just a little bit, if you could just step right over here. Oh, you got it? All right, come on in. Right over here. What's your name, sir? Nick. Nice to meet you. All right, so go ahead and stand right here, Nick. All right, Reese. Hold on to that line. When the sergeant tells you to, hold that line twice, okay? How many times is twice? We're gonna be in good shape, huh? All right. All right, so the diver gets in the water. How's he gonna talk to the tender? Well, he's gonna be swimming, or she's going to be swimming. He comes over, he can't swim anymore, and she's gonna tug it twice. So tug it. 1, 2, all right, good tug, all right. So that means then I need to turn around. So I'm turning around, I'm swimming the other way, I'm over here, and I feel another 2 tugs. I can't swim any farther. Okay, thank you, Reese, I acknowledge. Now, wait, you're not done yet. You gotta, all right. I knew I could count on you, Reese. All right, so here I'm coming back, I'm coming back, and I run into Dad, right? See? And we reunite them. It's a great thing.
Okay, Reese. Thank you for your help. And you get to choose between a beach balloon and a water blaster. Oh yeah. Mom and Dad are gonna like you for that one.
All right. So, next thing, we have found what we are looking for. It is a wonderful thing. We always do. So we have a 4-wheeler that we put in this water right here. I told you prior that we went away from surface supplied air stuff with the helmets. Well, we have come back. We have found the surface supply air system to be a specific tool which works in specific situations. If you need communication and you need constant air and you need an extra source of air, it is a great tool to have. And so I'm going to have the tech sergeant here demonstrate the communications.
Topside to diver, count check.
Diver topside, loud and clear.
All right. And Sarge, go ahead.
Copy loud and clear. Go and enter the water when you're ready.
Diver going in.
All right, he is in a dry suit. This dry suit holds air in it instead of the BC device. He has a dump valve on his shoulder which he can release air in order to stay down. Let's give him a hand. I told you they're a bunch of prima donnas. All right, wait, Greg, you gotta, the object is to lift the item that we found.
Oh.
Yes, that one, that's right. That's the one. We found it. There he goes, just like Superman. Look at that. He still amazes me. All right, so how are you gonna get that off the floor of the pool? Oh, he is a pretty strong guy, but he's got chicken legs, so I don't know. We'll see. You know, all these guys, they work their upper body and their legs got nothing. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right, so what are you going to do now? Yeah, all right, he's going to use a lift bag. This lift bag will allow us to introduce buoyancy to this vehicle. And so he will attach the lift bag onto the vehicle. And then, once he is ready, he will ask for bubbles, which means send me air.
Topside, send me some bubbles.
Got me setting bubbles.
All right, so topside has a line that's going to him in which we can introduce air to that bag.
Diver topside, got
Here's the bubbles. It's filling the bag. The bag will expand. And it will then become positively buoyant. And here we go, Archimedes principle in effect right there. You're such a smart, look at the hang time on this man. That is incredible. Very good, Greg, very good. All right, I got the sergeants going to.
So yeah, I just want to take a moment to recognize these guys for what they do every single time they go underwater, whether it's training, they're putting their lives on the line to recover drowning victims or evidence to close out a case. And it's done in water that does not look like this. Most of the time, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. So if you could all please join me in thanking these guys for what they do every single time.
Look, I hope you were entertained. That is my job to entertain you and also inform you and educate you. It's been my pleasure. Two things. This shirt right here, all right? If you want a face as beautiful as my tech sergeants, you need to be born with it. But this shirt, you can buy this shirt. That shirt is over at the New York State PVA tent, and there's other trooper merchandise over at the NYSB Trooper Foundation. They support us. We ask that you would support them. And then the other thing is we have the best poser in the New York State Police. He is right there in that tank. So, if you want to get a picture with him, have your kids get a picture with him, he will be more than happy to be there taking pictures. The K9, the lovable animals, they're coming up next. Enjoy the rest of your day at the great New York State Fair. Thank you.